Welcome to my channel, the Sublimation Raccoon. Today I'm going to show you how to use a sublimation mug press. I will be using the ColorSub mug press for this video. The first step after printing is to cut out the picture you'd like to put on the mug. In my next video, I will show you what settings are best to use when printing with a sublimation printer. When you are cutting it, I recommend leaving a bit of white around the edges to help make sure the color doesn't bleed through. Do your best to make sure that the lines are even and straight with the picture so when you put it on your mug, everything will line up nice and even. I like to use this paper cutter to keep everything straight, but you can use scissors if you don't have one. Turn on your mug press and give it time to heat up. It heats up automatically to the last setting you programmed it with. I have mine set to 200 degrees Celsius for 250 seconds. By pressing the OK button, you can check and change the settings by pushing the up and down arrows. You can change the heat, time, and whether you want Celsius or Fahrenheit. Double check that the mug you are going to use doesn't have anything on it that will come between the mug and the ink, such as dust or a hair. Also double check for any cracks or flaws in the mug before applying the paper. When you are ready to put the paper on the mug, make sure you take your time as you line it up so it will be even. You can use this little tool that comes with some of the mug kits to help hold the mug as you put the paper on. Once you are satisfied that the paper is even, both from the top and bottom and in distance from the handle, hold it tight so it doesn't shift around and apply your heat-resistant tape. You don't need big pieces, but I do recommend putting a piece in the middle, top, and bottom to help keep everything in place. Once you have one side ready, press tightly and drag your hand along the paper to the other side to help prevent any air pockets or bubbles that will cause the ink not to transfer properly to the mug. After the taping is done, run your hand along the paper once more to ensure the paper is snug and ready to be put into the press. If the paper is thin enough that you can see through it, I recommend double checking that the design is lined up properly in case the paper was cut slightly uneven, which can cause the design to go on crooked. I like to wrap this Teflon sheet around the mug because it helps to disperse the heat while also making sure that the ink doesn't leak through and get on the mug press, since some of the sublimation papers are thinner than others. You can buy them in sheets, and I just cut this one to fit the standard mugs I like to use, and I hold it in place with the heat-resistant tape. Make sure it doesn't have any air bubbles before putting it into the mug press. I keep this blank mug in the press to help the foam keep its shape, since with time and use it may become a little warped and you won't get the best results. Once you reach 200 degrees, you are ready to make your mug. The mug press is very hot, so make sure not to touch anywhere other than the handle and the buttons. The mugs also get too hot to touch, so I recommend using these heat-proof gloves. They have grips on them to help keep the mugs from slipping out of your hands. You'll notice that the numbers showing the temperature will have gone down, but don't worry, that's just from opening the press to place the mug in. Wait for the temperature to go back to 200 degrees before starting the timer. Leaving it in for a few extra seconds won't cause any issue, but taking it out prematurely will cause a fading effect since the ink won't be able to soak in properly. Now that the heat is back up to 200, press the enter button to start the timer. Remember, the timer will be what you last set it to, so if you want to change the time, you need to do it before pressing enter. When the timer goes off, it will emit a loud, continuous beep until you hit enter to shut it off. Hold on to the handle to keep it steady while you open the press. Gently slide the mug back out and set it down to cool. Don't forget to turn the machine off when you are done using it. Once the mug is cool enough to touch, you can remove the paper. I love how clear the image is and the color really pops. Here is the final result. Now you have a custom mug made with the ColorSub Sublimation Mug Press. If you like this type of video, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.